Everybody, today's February 8th, Buildings, Grounds, and Transportation Committee agenda. And the first thing on the agenda is the Girl Scout Cadet presentation at Oak Tree School.
Introducing Ms. Kavya Patel, who will be walking us through her presentation this evening. Floor is yours.
Hello, my name is Kavya Patel, and I have an Oak Tree Birdhouse plan for my Girl Scout Silver Award Community Service Project. I would like to start off this presentation with a quote. Don't just tell your children about the bill, show them. I think this quote very much describes what I hope to achieve with my project because growing up, I was always taught with my family. I was more involved with, dealing with nature and everything. And I wasn't just taught about it or didn't just read about it in textbooks. And I think that this is a good way to share that experience with a bunch of young kids by creating birdhouses in Oak Tree, not just to help the ecosystem, but to teach young children about the world. This is my table of contents, just an outline of what we'll be going over. So first you'll learn a little bit about me because I believe to learn about my project, you should also know about me, the person who is creating it and putting it out. You'll learn about my plan, and I'm going to introduce what my project and what my idea is. And you'll learn about how I'm going to put out this plan and go through with it, and so my plan of action. Hello, my name is Kavya Patel, and I'm a Girl Scout cadet. I was a previous student at Oak Tree Elementary School, and now I'm an 8th grader at Monroe Township Middle School. I wanted to talk to you about my Girl Scout Silver Award project. The Girl Scout Silver Award is the highest award a Girl Scout cadet can achieve. It gives me the chance to show that I'm a leader who is organized, determined, and dedicated to improving our community. I'm a good person who has a good plan to help our community, so I hope you'll consider putting my plan. Next is what is my project? For my community project, I decided I wanted to do something for my local elementary school. I have an idea that will help the community. I decided that I wanted to create a bird garden. A bird garden is a small garden / area with birdhouses. It would benefit the students by helping build community spirit and providing places for children to observe, study, and enjoy birds, along with forming deeper connections with nature at an early age. This also helps the local ecosystem because birds that eat seeds leave them behind in their droppings. This has been known to help many plants disperse to new places and revitalize ecosystems that have been damaged or destroyed. A bird garden would be a good idea to help our local community for nature and for the children. For this project, I had a mission and a vision. So my mission was to provide a safe space for birds to build their nests, protected from the elements and predators, and for the children to be able to observe the birds and how nature plays out. I decided on Oak Tree in my vision because I thought it was a good place to teach young kids and show them about backyard animals to develop these interests. Next is me. So for my plan, I have many different qualifying factors, including my cost. And the cost for the project will be covered or figured out by me. So I will be able to handle this via fundraising or whatnot for this project. For my timeline, I should be able to finish this project by end of summer or early fall in September latest, but it might, if I am ahead of schedule, it might happen towards the middle of summer. I plan to make these birdhouses from scratch, and I will be making them all from a kit. So I'll be making them from some way, shape, or form, and I'll be beautifying them and painting them to make them more kid friendly, and I'll be putting bird food in it. Finally, I will put it up in the Oak Tree garden. So for this project, the Girl Scout program requires 50 hours minimum to complete this project, but I believe I will probably go a little bit over that and work a bit more, just to give you an idea. The staff and Board of Education should have to have little to no involvement, but if they do have any specifications that they want to happen or any questions, they can always email me and I'm able to play that. So we'll be all handled by me. Thank you, and if you have any questions, you can ask me, and my contact information is written on the paper, kavyadpatel7@gmail.com.
Very impressive.
Well, I want to say, I think this is a great idea. And I also think you should be, and your parents should be really proud of the way you presented. It was really excellent.
Thank
You should be
you.
proud of yourself.
Thank you.
Anybody have any questions for her? Chrissy?
I do. I want to say, I think this is an amazing project. As most people know, the Oak Tree Garden was created by Mr. Gleason along with the staff at Oak Tree. And with Mr. Gleason leaving, I know they're looking for something to do with the garden. And I know they're going to, I think, do more of flowers than a vegetable garden any longer. So I think this would be actually a great fit for over there at Oak Tree. I'm just curious, once it's up and the birdhouses are all in there, will you come periodically and fill it with bird food?
Yeah, I
or-
would be able to do that, because I live like 2 minutes max from Oak Tree. I live really close by, so I can like come, at any time and I can be able to refill it. And if there were to be six, cause I did that club with Mr.
Yes,
Gleason at
yes.
lunch myself. And so if there were to be someone else to be taking it over, once I am, eventually gone, there could be also something that if the kids wanted to do, I mean, we could have stocked up, bird seeds, and then it would be easy, just apply some peanut butter, and then stuff like that.
I think it's a wonderful idea. And they also have benches out there too, so it would be great for the classes to come out and sit and observe the birds. I think it's a wonderful
Thank
project.
you. Thank you.
Any other questions?
I just had a comment, Mr. Tufano. It's a great plan. I love it. I just want to congratulate you on picking your old school. That's a really sweet thing. And like Ms. Kirby said, with Mr. Gleason leaving, the timing is perfect that you're going to put some new life into that garden with this birdhouse. What is the next step for you in Girl Scouts once you're done with this 50-hour service?
For this, so like in the project,
No, in your Girl Scout
I
journey.
I would move on from being a cadet and I would become a senior Girl Scout. And then eventually I would be working in my Girl Scout troop, obviously to work on more community service projects. And once I've worked on that with my supervisors, it's time for me to work on my Gold Award, which is another project that I do for my community with a little bit different requirements. And I'd just be, doing another project for my community again.
Good luck with that. I hope you pick the Monroe Township School District for the Gold
Thank you.
project too. Thank you.
Thank you.
Excellent presentation skills.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, the second item on our agenda is an Eagle Scout presentation. This gentleman would like to build a Gaga pit over at Mill Lake School.
Yes, I'd like to introduce Mr. Joel Abraham. Joel, the floor is yours.
Hello.
Good evening.
First off, I would like to thank Mr. Tig and the Board of Education for spending your valuable time and listening to my presentation. I plan on making a Gaga pit for the Mill Lake Elementary School. So I'll just jump right into the slides. One back. So I would like to tell you a little bit about myself first. My family and I have been residents of Monroe Township for over 21 years, and so far I've attended kindergarten through 10th grade here in the Monroe Township School District. As a Boy Scout, I've been scouting for about 5 years as part of Troop 54, which is in the neighboring town of Jamesburg. I do live in Monroe Township though. Furthermore, I also play basketball and volleyball for the Monroe Township High School team here. So the plan, as you know, is to build a Gaga pit for Mill Lake School. To tell you a little bit about the game, a Gaga pit is a piece of instrument that's used to play a game called Gaga Ball. And you may be familiar with it, but I'll just refresh your memory a little bit. It's often constructed in the form of an octagon. It's generally wooden, but it's just an octagonal arena in which several kids can hop in and play a game. Gaga Ball is a non-contact version of dodgeball, pretty much. And so all players separate inside of the Gaga pit, and they toss the ball up and wait 3 times until the ball bounces. Then after that, each player tries to slap the ball with their hands and hit the other players below the waist and pretty much get them out of the game. and the last person standing in the pit is the winner. Some of the benefits of having a Gaga pit is that it gives students something new to play during their recess time. Then it also gives physical education teachers a new subject to learn and entertain their students with. It's extremely low maintenance with one set arena, and it's also a non-contact sport with minimal injury. So the estimated cost of this project is about $800, give or take, rough estimate. And some materials and tools and supplies that this money will cover is wood planks, screws, brackets, sand or mulch to lay down, and some staining or paint to paint the wood with. Then we also need food, drinks, gloves, safety glasses, paintbrushes, paper plates and napkins for all the volunteers that are going to be there, mostly from my Boy Scout troop or any other contacts that we have. Then some tools that we will end up borrowing are shovels, power drills, and any other tools that are donated. This project will mostly be funded via donations from family, friends, and anyone else that's willing to donate to my project. We also plan on acquiring a discount from nearby places like Home Depot or I know there's certain stores that will give you a discount for an Eagle project, and they intend to help you out as best they can. All safety precautions are definitely going to be followed, and logistics, like transporting the materials, will probably be done by my family's minivan or any other vehicles of volunteers. So I've separated the project plan into off-site work and on-site work. So off the site will be all of our, pretty much most of our manual labor in cutting the wood and prepping it. Then we also have to stain it, color it, and we will pre-fit it so that when we get to the school, it'll be nice and simple to just put it together, and it'll be a nice piece of work. Then on site, we're pretty much going to be digging to secure the Gaga pit, and then just the putting together of the wood planks. We're also planning on putting mulch or sand so that if the kids were to fall, they definitely wouldn't get hurt, because that wouldn't be good. Then everything on and off the site will be done with the assistance of scout leaders, our fellow scouts, and friends and family. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Sounds like a great plan.
Yep.
Thank you.
Do you have any questions?
I had one. Mill Lake School is lower elementary, right, Joel? So
Yeah.
have you made any adjustments to the size of the pit or height of the pit? Do you want to share that?
I remember discussing this a little bit. So we intend to have a relatively lower height of the pit so that the kids can easily enter and exit without getting injured. The location is definitely like movable, probably near the recess area on the grass, but that's still up to being finalized.
Thank you.
Do you have a specific area that you have selected for this project?
No, Joel and I talked, we'll get together with Ms. Garcia, let her select the location that works best for them.
All right, thank you.
Very nice.
Good luck.
Thanks very much, Joel.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you. Last item on the agenda is number 3, the district trash and recycling contract bid. Okay,
Yes, just letting the committee know that we will be going out to bid for this again. We last bid this in 2020, 2021. We had 5 potential bidders at the time, only received 2 bids, Republic Services and Waste Management. That contract allowed us to do 2 years of renewal for a full 3-year term, which we're coming to the end of. So we'll be going out to bid for this again. Bid specification I shared was the bid specification from last time. We sent it to current legal counsel for them to give a quick review, see if any adjustments need to be made. I do anticipate, though, we're probably going to see quite a cost increase in this one. Give you an idea, last time we got bids, only 2 bidders bid it, and the low bidder was 50% lower than the high bidder. Fortunate, though, he agreed to renew for 2 additional years at only a 2% increase per year. A lot of times when someone is that low at the end of the contract, they will say, you know what, I want to rebid because I know there's room to come up. We all know what's happening with the economy and fuel costs and so on, so I anticipate we're probably gonna see a market increase in this contract. It averages around $75,000 to $80,000 a year. We get unit prices per pickup. And then, during the course of the year, if we don't have pickups, we add, deduct, based on summer programs, things along those lines. So it's in that $75,000 to $80,000 range. We also take advantage of a shared service agreement with the township through the county. And with that, the county and their recycling hauler picks up recycling from the elementary schools. We do not pay for that. So we only pay for it at the high school and middle school. We pay for trash at all locations.
Why is that?
Why is,
Why is it that the county will pick up at the other schools, but not the high school or the middle school?
we got in on that when former Mayor Pucci was here. He was in charge of the Middlesex County Improvement Authority. And it was something that he was able to come to the district with and offer.
And
We
we,
just hope that it stays in place.
can we inquire with the new mayor if we can include the high school and middle school somehow?
We inquire every year with Middlesex County to see if we can get additional pickups, and they get declined. And we'll inquire again this year.
Yeah. So
It's a nice free
I'm
ride.
curious why they would decline us.
Probably the amount of trash, I would think at the middle school, high school is probably. I would agree.
All right, well, you'll find out, I guess. Anybody have any questions?
I did, Mr. Stefan, if I could. So as I was looking through that bid proposal, we just separate the garbage by garbage and recyclables. And you just said the recyclable for other schools is being covered by county. Do we, especially in schools like our high school and middle school where we have over 1,000 kids, are we considering, with every passing year, this is becoming more and more popular that we, composting is becoming such a big deal. Are we able to consider taking out our fresh produce as a separate waste? Is that a thought that the district has had yet?
Nancy Mitchell had tried to introduce that a few years ago. It just, at the time, didn't seem,
It's a hard thing to bring about as a change, but it's a very cost-effective and environmental friendly change. So is it?
well, it will cost you. So the haulers are gonna charge you to take away material. So
If we could-
if the committee wants to, we could write that into the spec as an alternate price, if that's something you want to consider. We'd have to work with food service though, to find out, how it impacts their operations and what they would have to implement.
I don't know, Mr. Chanley, if this is worth the consideration just to explore what is out, like what would it cost more, or what is it that it takes, or any schools around us doing it? I didn't have time enough before the meeting to research, otherwise I would have kind of.
I would imagine, that perhaps Mr. K can just reach out to his counterparts in like our local, just the schools that surround us, the normal ones, East Brunswick, South Brunswick, and see if it's something, and then maybe we could have that conversation again.
Yes.
What do you think?
Yes.
That makes sense?
Nothing to hold the
I know that we
process.
often do what other schools do, as we said, at LAC. But it's good to know sometimes, because then you have more specific information. You might be able to say, at South Brunswick, you know what, we looked and we tried to do it, but the cost would have been 30% more. Maybe they have information because, we want to also we don't want to waste anybody's time. At the same time, we don't want to automatically say no. It's good to always look at something.
And of course, when I started talking about it, I didn't even think the cost would be more because hauling it away. Typically, when, homeowners do it, you are composting it in your own backyard and then using it in your kitchen garden. But again, that volume of waste can be, I don't know, our high school doesn't have a horticulture program.
Right.
It would be an easier thought process to follow, but still, I think it's worth just putting a little bit thought to, now's the time,
Can't hurt.
since we're going into renewal of the contract.
Yes, Ms. Kirby?
Do we know who the township uses for trash pickup?
Not off the top of my head.
I wonder if that's a conversation to have, if we can have some type of shared services even with them.
Absolutely.
Great idea.
Shared services are always cheaper for everyone in the long run. I would think. Tig, I have a question related to something from last week. We had that leak over at Applegard School, and we discussed the roof. We were a little weary that the next day was gonna be a storm. Do we have any problems or issues?
No, we're in good shape there.
So we're in good shape.
Yeah, we did a lot of work. Our guys put in an additional roof drain, which helps. Within the contractor, we cut out some sections, did patching, reworked the roof drain in the main office as well, so.
Okay, so we're patched up temporarily.
Yes.
Okay. All right, so anybody has any questions, ask them now. Good? Okay, meeting's closed.
We have our people here, personnel.